Hey guys, it's Becky. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I do my eye makeup and how I get this eye makeup look. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned. So today I'm going to walk you through how I do this, how I achieve this eye makeup look. I use a DIOR palette today. However, you can achieve this look with whatever palette that you have handy. You just need a couple of different colors, a couple of different brushes maybe to achieve this look, maybe one or two. Super easy. So let's get started. I'm gonna start with priming my eyelid with MAC's Painterly Pot. I really like this color. It's Painterly. They have some different colors, but I prefer this one. It's a very neutral. I use a little brush. Doesn't really matter what brush you use, just to pat it on, because this is going to help your eyeshadow stay in place and not crease. And I find that MAC's, see, I got a little bit much there, so I'm going to spread this out. But I really like MAC's. It seems to work quite well. You can do this with your finger too if you choose. I just don't like to get my fingernail in, you know, when my fingernails get too long. I don't like the product getting underneath my fingernails and stuff. So I use a little brush and I try and clean it every time because you can see it does get kind of gicky. So you can use a brush or you can just use your finger. That's completely up to you, but I do always use a primer. Urban Decay has a good primer too that has been really, that I've used before and I really liked it, but I'm partial to a MAC's. Once you prime your eyelid, today I'm gonna use DIOR's palette. I got this a week or so ago, and I'm gonna do a feature because I bought a bunch of stuff from DIOR. I bought some foundation, the concealer, which I have on today, which I love, and a couple of other things from DIOR, and including this palette. They were having like a little sale or something, or a promotion or something at Ulta. One of the best tools putting on eye makeup is to have a good set of brushes. I prefer BK Beauty brushes. I did, if you saw a couple videos back, I got Nikki LaRose's her little bundle. It's awesome, but I like the old ones too. This is the 203 from BK Beauty that I'm using today, and I'm going in with this shade here on my lid, and I just put it right on the bottom part of the crease, on the, I guess it's called the movable part, if you can see right here, and I just pat it right here for a little shimmer in this area. I don't prefer glitters. I do like a little bit of shimmer, and this is the only one, since I'm patting this on here, there's not a lot of fallout. So you'll see as I keep moving through this, I do tap. You'll hear me tapping my brush a lot because I don't want the fallout or any of the dust particles to fall onto my cheeks, to my already done makeup. I kind of do things a little different. Some people agree, some people don't. You do you. I put my foundation and everything on first, and then I do my eyes. That's how I prefer to do it. You do you, whatever works. Now I'm going in with this color, and I'm gonna go above where you'd think. So you see where my eye crease is here, I'm gonna go above there. Now it's gonna look a little shocking at first, but bear with me. So I'm gonna go in with this kind of purpley lavender color here, and I'm going to tap off the excess so it doesn't fall onto my cheeks. And I'm going to go right in here on the edge and then just start windshield wipering my way in. And like I say, it's going to look a little shocking at first. You're going to go a little heavy on the outside corner here to bring your eyes up. So, and I just kind of windshield wiper this on. Here, I go all the way in to the crease here, and I stay above the crease of my eye. So I'm right on this brow bone, like right below, I guess, the brow bone here. I don't know what you'd call that. And I stay a little heavy on this side. I'm gonna go in for a little more product. I'm gonna start here on the outside, and then I'm just gonna start working my way in. You can see my lids are kind of crepey and foldy, and the skin moves around. So just be gentle with the touch and just windshield wiper that in there and stay heavy on the outside to bring your eyes up. Yeah. Okay. Then I take my finger and just kind of blend this out so it's not such a harsh line. And I blend this out over here just with the tip of my finger. Now I'm going to take another Decay Beauty brush. This is the 207. And it's got kind of a round tip. I'm not sure if I'm using this properly, but this seems to work really well for me. I'm going to go in with this middle shade here. Whoopsie. I'm going to go in with this middle shade here. And I'm going to go right above the crease just to create a little bit more dimension. This is not a lot of product. It just creates a little bit of texture here. So I'm going to go right above. Let me see if I can get in right above here. And just go right in here. And I'm going to go in a straight line. I'm not going to follow the curve of my eye because I'm trying to bring the visual up. So I'm going to go in straight across here. Just to create a little bit of depth here. And you can see how my eye is kind of crepey right here. I'm going to start right here and go right across. You're going to have to lift, because I'm 54, you kind of have to lift your eyebrows up to get the skin to kind of even out a little bit. And you can see how it's moving around with my brush. But I just want to create a little bit of dimension here. And that's what it's going to look like so far. It's going to go right here. And I'm trying to be really good about cleaning my brushes after each use. So if you wonder what I'm doing down here, I'm using this MAC brush cleaner on a paper towel, and I'm just putting a little couple drops on a paper towel and cleaning off my brush every time. So if I use different shadows, different colors, they're clean every time. That's a new thing for me. I haven't done that a lot in the past, and I'm trying to be really good about it. I'm gonna go in with that same color right here underneath my eye. So I'm gonna use this 204 brush by BK Beauty. And it's just a little, if you can see that, just a little, I don't even know what this is supposed to be used for, but I love this for going in underneath my eye and just creating a little bit of shadow underneath my bottom lashes. And this whole palette has a little bit of shimmer, so this might not be what some people want for an everyday look. I prefer it because I like to be a little bit over the top. But you can see I'm just going right underneath my lash line just to create a little shadow here. And I want to bring this up into the crease to meet that color up here. So it's the same color, I'm just kind of creating like a C here. And I'm bringing this down under my lashes. I kind of go back and forth as I'm feeling it, but you can see here, I'm connecting the two colors, and I'm trying to connect these two colors here, but this is not wanting to. There we go, that's better. Okay. So I'm gonna wipe this off a little bit, and now comes the fun part. I am going to take I believe this is a MAC brush. Yes, this is a MAC brush. It's so old, I can't even see what number it is. I can't see what number it is, but it's kind of a dome-shaped tip. Can you see that? It's kind of a dome-shaped tip, so it's got a little bit of a tip to it. So any brush kind of like this, it's going to give you a little bit of precision. I'm going to go in with this color here, and I'm going to do my V in the corner. So I just kind of roll this. Let me see if I can show you. I just kind of roll this in here like that. And then I'm going to, I definitely tap off the excess of this. I don't want a whole lot, and I don't want it falling on my cheek. So I pat, just like the first color I used on my lid, my movable lid, I just pat this on my eye in the V here. Okay, you can see that. And I just pat, and then I pat this along my lash line here. And then I go a little bit into my crease, not a lot, just a little, just to create a little kind of V here, if you can see that. And then I bring it up and across. I'm gonna use the tip to get in close, close, close to my eyelashes. When I do the other eye, you'll be able to see much better. So I roll it, tap it, and here I just start to pat. I pat it right here in the corner, pat it along the lash line, maybe do a little pulling, pull this color across a little bit, and just tap, 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 and then get it in the crease here. Now I want to go up too, so I want there to be, you to be able to see a little bit of this. And watch my skin moving around. When you get in, you get to be 54. It's interesting the things your skin does and the way you have to move, change your technique to move around your skin. It's kind of wild. So I just kind of take this all along the upper lash line and create, see I had some fallout here, did you see that? We'll fix it though. And just tap, 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 tap. To create your dimension here. I think that's looking good. I'm gonna take a little fluffy brush and just kind of brush that off, and it's no big deal. So, some people put tape underneath their eyes to catch the fallout and then pull it off. Or some people put their foundation on last to kind of mitigate this problem. But I like to do my face first, so it kind of just sets before I put on my blushes and stuff and my contour. Because I have not done anything. All I've done is put on my foundation. But I digress. Okay, let me clean this one off. And now we're just going to do the brow bone with a highlight. I like to use, this is a Morphe M421 brush. It's got a nice point. And it's flat. So I can really get in good placement. And I'm going to use this color here, right along my brow bone. I mean, my eyebrow. So I'm just going to go right under here and just give a little highlight there. Bring it all the way across. When I do my brows, and like I say, I don't do things by the book necessarily. I'm not a makeup artist. I just do what I like and what works for me. So hopefully this works for you, or I've given you some ideas on ways to change the way you do your makeup that might work for you better or not. But I just go right along my eyebrow, and I have not filled in my eyebrows yet. As I said, some people do their eyebrows first. I choose to do them last because I don't do any of the fluffing or the glue or the clear. I just fill them in and hope for the best. Okay, so we got the brow bone done. And this is the most important part. The part that I'm going to show you next is to me, the most important part of what makes this eyeshadow look work for me. I take a BK Beauty 201 brush, a big fluffy brush, like that. And I just blend, 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 blend. So there's no hard creases and all the colors kind of melt into each other. So I start on the outside here and just start blending in. And I just go in circles, little windshield wiper, circle this, blend this V in. That's very important because you don't want a hard V here. You want this blended in really nicely. And blend in circles on this side. Just blend that V in and blend all these. There's some fuzz on my face. There we go. And just blend those in really nicely. Yeah. So there's no hard lines. The colors seem to fall into each other and just kind of look like they're all working together. Today I'm going to use, the Stila. This is the Stila Smudge Proof. I use this in the color brown. No, it's not brown. It's called Damsel. And it does not have a sharp point, so cat eyes are tricky with this pencil. There we go. But I am going to do a little bit of a wing, but nothing too crazy because it doesn't have a sharp point. So I start on my actual lash line and just go as tight as I can to my lashes. And this is very forgiving because it is like a brown color. So there's no, like I used to use black liquid eyeliner, and it was, if you messed up, you knew. And this you can smudge out if you make a mistake. So this is very beginner, user-friendly. Now I'm going to try and make a little wing here. So I'm going to go here where my crease starts and just bring a line down. And then I'm going to bring it across and kind of fill it in. This isn't a crazy cat eye, just a little bit of a wing. So now let's go to the other eye, and I'm going to start right at my lashes. Bring it across. And I go all the way into my tear duct here. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I go all the way across in my eye. And then bring that across. Okay, now I'm going to do the little wing. So I'm going to start right here where the crease is, where I did that little V. I'm going to start right here, bring that down, and then bring it in and fill it in. There you go. And if you really want to smudge it out, you can take another brush and smudge and kind of buff in the eyeliner too. I choose not to. This is something that I've started recently as I use this Sabbath Urban Decay 24/7. I love these liners. They're waterproof. They stay all day. I take this and I do only the waterline on my upper lashes. This is optional. I like to do this to make, because I don't use false lashes or anything, so I like to use this to make my eyelash line look a lot thicker. So I just gently take my pinky and lift my finger up and go on the waterline of my lashes up here. Super easy. This pencil gives so much color payout. It's amazing. So I just gently take my pinky and lift up so I can get in this waterline here. Oops. There you go. And you can see it gives a nice depth to my upper lashes. So now I'm going to go in with my mascara. If you notice, these lashes seem like they curl already, and these, so I only have to curl these lashes. I don't curl these. I'm using this, where is it? This New Lash on my lashes at night, and I feel like it, there we go. And I feel like it really is helping, but it's making these lashes curl. I don't know. I use a sleep mask that has like the eye holes cut out. So you're basically supposed to use it when you wear like false lashes or something, which I don't anymore. I did, and I got super carried away. I looked like a crazy person for a little bit. But yeah, this side curls for some crazy reason. But I definitely use a lot of mascara. I probably put 2 or 3 coats of this stuff. I'm using the YSL in black. I prefer to do my lashes underneath. Some people don't. I do. And then I'm going to take my eyelash curler which this is the Shiseido eyelash curler. Just give these a little curl so they match the other side. These kind of go sideways and these go up. It's a little wonky, but that's me. I'm a little wonky. So, just you deal with what you got, right? And I am grateful for it. So I just give these a good coat here. And I try and get as close to my lash line as possible. And then I'll do my bottom lashes. And then I'm going to come back on this side and do another coat over here. And then one more coat on this side for brevity. We will stick with that. See how big and thick that? I love this mascara so much. Okay, now we're gonna go in to do brows with the Anastasia Brow Definer. Whoopsie. This is my favorite liner. I love this liner because of the point. It's got the angled point here. I just really like the way this fills in my brows. It's easy, it's quick, it's, you know, no brainer. You just kind of go in, fill in the spots that you need a little color. My brows, I need a little bit here and then definitely on the tail. Excuse me, I've lost a lot of volume, so I just need a little help on the ends here, a little help on the ends. And then I'll go in on this side, fill this in a little bit, drag it through, and then just kind of wisp some hair-like strokes on the ends here so it kind of fills it in a little bit. Now, I don't do the dramatic brow where you line underneath here, so it's a real harsh like brow definition. That I think it's beautiful. I can't pull it off. And I like it to just be, oh, whoopsie. See, okay, I'm glad I did that because look, you can see where I messed up. So I'm going to take this spoolie here and I'm just going to spoolie it off. And it's gone. And that's what happens if you get a flick of mascara too, like maybe right here, you got a flick of mascara. You just take a spoolie, make sure it's clean, and then wipe it off. I take this through my brows just to soften up the lines. I don't want any harsh lines. If you'll notice, that's kind of a theme for me. I don't like harsh lines in my eye makeup anymore. I used to, like I say, I used to use black liner and it was dramatic, and I still do it at night. But for like a casually daytime look, that is my eye makeup. Now I'm gonna go in with another fluffy brush. You can see I had a little bit of fallout here. So I'm gonna take that off. And that is my eye makeup. I hope you enjoyed this video on how I achieved this eye makeup look. I hope you learned something new, maybe a tip or a trick that you didn't know already. If you enjoyed this content, please like this video. Leave a comment down below of your favorite makeup trick and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me a lot, and I'll see you next time.